Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 100th episode of the Bond Geek. One of the big milestones I set for myself in this channel this year was to actually get to 100 episodes and over, and for many this might not seem a lot, but for me it actually does mean a great lot. Ever since I started doing YouTube, the amount of new friends I've made, new conversations I've had with people, it's been an absolute blast and something truly amazing. And I wanted to do something special for my 100th episode. I really was trying to think, do I want to do a special review of something, an editorial or something, but to me, what actually I thought would be the best thing ever would actually be to do a Q&A based on the things that you've always wanted to ask me, and I'm going to answer here on this video. Now, I'm just going to say right off the bat, I put out a thing on YouTube, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, asking for people's questions, and I thought I might be lucky if I get 10, but actually I got well over about 60 questions. Now, I can't actually answer every single one on this video, but I have got them all saved. I am going to do a sort of 100 episode part 2, a 100.5 episode where I will answer the rest of the questions in another video coming down the line. But I was really over the moon with all the questions that you wanted to ask, and I'm really excited to talk to you all about them. So I have them all here on my phone. So to celebrate 100th episode on the Bond Geek channel, we are going to look at your Q&A questions. But a couple of things before we get into that. Can I just remind everyone, please do remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Do share the channel with so many people. We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and that would be utterly amazing. And don't forget as well, we also have the monthly live stream at the end of the month where we talk about a couple of things happening in the Bond universe, and we also carry on doing your Q&A questions on for that as well. So we have all that there. Without further ado, let's get into finally your Q&A. So I have all 20 questions prepared here out of the, 80 overall, but so let's start with this. So question number 1 was, why did you start YouTube? Well, I started YouTube for a couple of reasons actually. Number 1 was I've always really wanted to do it, and I finally sort of got the courage to go, well, instead of just wanting to do it, why not just do it? And I spoke to someone in the Bond community who really inspired me to say, get on with it, go, do it. I also had one of my favourite YouTubers saying, we need more people in the YouTube community giving their voice and opinions. And I also watched something with Kevin Smith saying, don't just be like, oh, I want to do this eventually, just do it. And I finally just did it, and it started off slow, but it just kept growing. And now I am just so over the moon that I got to do YouTube. It's absolutely amazing. Right, question 2. Outside of Bond, what fandoms do you like? Too many to name. Everyone, just too many to name, but let's just try. I love Star Wars, love Doctor Who, Marvel, DC, X-Files, just Stargate, horror film franchise like the Conjuring universe, Freddy, Jason, I love so much stuff. There are so many fandoms I love to be a part of, and I always love it where you can make a comment and people will like it or dislike it, but they'll be so respectful of each other, and it's just great to talk to people about it. It just makes the world different. So yeah, I love really a lot of stuff. Next question. What food and drink have you tried that are in the Bond movies or novels? Tried Thuyak at all? Thuyak, 75, sir. No, I've never tried Thuyak. Obviously I've had vodka martini, shaken not stirred. I actually legitimately really do love the drink. I've tried caviar quite a few times. I regularly drink Bollinger. I do love sort of Bollinger. I've never had foie gras. Just trying to think of any other sort of foods. I'm not really a fish fan, so I didn't have the fish thing from Russia with Love. Lots of red wine though, not with fish though. There's a couple of things. But I think the biggest thing I've taken out of the Bond series that I've really ended up liking is the vodka martini, shaken not stirred. So, I want to start a YouTube channel. What would you do? I'm surprised someone asked me this, as in I have about under 1,000 subscribers. I'm not really that well known, but it was the question, so I did want to answer it. So, out of everything I've learned in like 1 and a bit years that I've learned with YouTube, I would narrow it down to 3 things. Number 1, don't go into it trying to be a multi-millionaire, because the vast majority of the time it's not. I'm new going into this. I'm not going to probably make money from it, but you know, if I can, great. It's just a bonus, but it's not the real reason I wanted to do it. So don't go into YouTube to make money. Number 2, don't copy anyone else. Do your thing. You know, I might have liked taking, you know, I like that design of something like someone does. Like, for instance, when you look at my earlier videos, I had it sort of based on like the Grace Randolph sort of beyond the trailer style of like her in the corner and things going around. I like that. I wanted to do my own version of it. Then I just expand thing. You know, I'd actually like to do something else. This is more me. So make sure you're doing it your way. And I think the third thing is make the content that you would want to see. Everything in my sort of YouTube library is content I've always wanted to see and stuff I've wanted to talk about. So those would be the 3 things I would do. Go into it with the intention of not making money, have fun, and make it your own, and do the stuff that you've always wanted to see. Those are my sort of really big things. Okay, the next question is, what do you want for Bond 26? Well, honestly, just a really good movie. Doesn't everybody want just a really good movie? You know, I want something new and fresh for James Bond, really. Okay, next question. If License to Kill was filmed in China, like it originally could have been, do you think this would have made the movie any better or not? Good question. I actually think it would have made it slightly worse, because I don't think then we would have had Robert Davi as Sanchez, which I think he is one of the best Bond villains of all time. So I'm actually quite happy Bond didn't film in China for that film, but I still would have loved to have seen Property of a Lady. Okay, have you seen the Alex Ryder show? No, I haven't. I highly recommend it. It's pretty much like the Young Bond series. Well, I have read the Anthony Horowitz Alex Ryder books, I think up to Scorpio Rising, then he did another one which was like a spin-off. I've read up to there, and I really, really enjoyed the books. It's a lot of fun. It could be something you can review on your channel. Yep, definitely. It's something definitely I will want to review on my channel, something I do want to tackle time. I also want to tackle Stormbreaker. I probably will attack the Alex Ryder books as well. I love the Alex Ryder series. It's just great fun. It was a great sort of fantasy of a kid spy thing. I always remember like I read it, and at the same time I discovered like, you know, Robert Rodriguez's Spy Kid. So I had a like great sort of fix of like kid spy, which was so cool. But yeah, thanks for the recommendation. I'm definitely going to check that out. I think the first season of Alex Ryder is based off the second book, Point Blanc, so that would be really good to see. What do you watch on YouTube yourself? Well, I watch a, let's think. So the main thing I watch on YouTube outside of stuff like in the Bond community, so take away like Calvin Dyson, Dutch Bond fan, David Zaritsky and Joseph Darlington and all that stuff. I watch the John Campea show daily. I love the John Campea show, Rob Arnett, you know, Erin Cummings, you know, Fact Checker Jonathan and Ray. I always watch that daily. I watch some Star Wars videos like from Star Wars Theory and stuff like that. I watched a bit of sort of repeats of Forged in Fire, and I'll tell you this, a bit of embarrassment, but it's 100% true. I love watching, and it's disgusting, the Dr. Pimple Popper. Really do love Dr. Pimple Popper. Have you seen the Mission Impossible films? Yes, all of them. If you so, do you think the Bond reboot should take aspects from it? In my opinion, Mission Impossible is currently the best spy franchise. I disagree with that personally. And I think Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson can take a lot of inspiration from it when developing the new incarnation of Bond. Okay, that's a lot of questions. Let me just get through that. So, number one, Mission Impossible is terrific, but it's completely different to Bond. Yes, it is spy stuff, but Bond is about that one lone, if you will, soldier going out saving the world. Mission Impossible, when they finally got it right, is about a team, a core team who are each bringing a different aspect to it, working together to save the world. There's a different dynamic between the two. Mission Impossible works in a different way, I think, to James Bond. Now, as the Mission Impossible films go, I really love it. I love the first one. My second one is my favourite joint with the sixth one, Fallout. I love Mission Impossible 3, number 4. Number 5 I thought was okay. A lot of people love Rogue Nation, but I've never been the biggest fan of. I'm definitely looking to Dead Reckoning Part 1 and 2. I think they'll be great as well. Certainly after the success of Top Gun Maverick this year. So yeah, I don't think the Bond series should be like Mission Impossible. Oh yeah, I got this one because I've just thought I want to have someone who really wanted to upset me here, so I thought I'd just use their question. So, you know you hate James Bond, like, well clearly you do. You're not really a Bond fan because you like James Bond's death in No Time to Die. How does making me like Bond's death in No Time to Die make me not a Bond fan? all that did was basically say, well, because you like the death of a character, you don't hate the character. I know hundreds of people, well, millions, who love Logan. And because Wolverine dies in that film, spoiler, because we like the film, does that not make us Wolverine fans or X-Men fans? And I keep saying to people, look, that moment's going to be decisive for the rest of history, but for me, it was the end of the Daniel Craig Bond. We're going to have a reboot coming up soon, so I think it'll be put in context there, but I did find that one a bit funny, just because I like the death of a character means I'm not a fan. Well, apparently someone's written on Twitter, therefore it must be true. What's something really geeky about you no one else knows? Okay, good question. So let's have a think. Some really geeky stuff about me. I still have some toy lightsabers from my childhood, which we just joke around. They're at my parents' house every time. Like, we all get together just for a joke. Sometimes we'll get them out and start doing some fighting. I used to do Warhammer 40k Necrons. I used to do a bit of Age Sigmar on the old Warhammer Fantasy, where I was Tomb King / Wood Elves. That was really nice, but there was some geeky stuff about me. I love the Warhammer 40k universe. I still do to this day. It's absolutely amazing. FYI, if anyone knows Henry Cavill, I will happily challenge him to a Warhammer game. I will lose, but I will enjoy playing against him. Okay, what do you do? Okay, fair enough. What do I do for a job? So, I work as the head of partnerships for a online retailer group called YOLO. Now, in YOLO, there's several different companies. There's Brew, the Gourmet Tea Club, Simply Hammocks, Amazonas, Scale, iLounge. You've also got, My Glasses Club, and you've got some. So there's many different things within the company, and basically my job is, apart from doing some video content, is to obviously either sell some products or create partnerships with other businesses and bring in revenue from that way, and also search engine optimization, all that sort of stuff. And I do a bit of social media as well, so stuff like that. Favourite sci-fi movies or other favourites from other genres? Wow, that's a big question. I should have probably cancelled that one out, wait for the other long video. But hey, favourite sci-fi film, just looking at the sci-fi films, it's probably going to be a Star Wars, because I really, really do enjoy Star Wars. Musical, it's definitely Mary Poppins. Sort of Western, Fistful of Dollars. Horror, probably Nightmare on Elm Street. What else do I like? I'm trying to think of other genres. We've done Western, we've done sci-fi, done musical, sort of Oscar-winning films. Drama, I love like King's Speech and Darkest Hour. That's the sort of stuff. Like war film, my favourite war film is Dam Busters. There you go, there's some sort of potentials. Oh, I like this question. If you can change one thing about the Bond series, what would it be? If I could change one thing about the Bond series, what would it be? I would say, I think the thing I would change is actually, we all know that, Connery left, then Lazenby came, and then Connery came back, and then Roger Moore took over. I'd have probably, if I could change one thing about the Bond series, it would be the transition between Connery and Moore is just literally Connery, Moore, and that's it. So we would have had a universe where either Connery did On Her Majesty's Secret Service, then Diamonds Are Forever, and then Live and Let Die, or Moore did On Her Majesty's Secret Service and Diamonds Are Forever and carried on. It's just so messy and just feels a bit bleh when you look at it all together. But again, that's just my own personal thing. I would have loved to see Roger Moore do On Her Majesty's Secret Service, if I'm honest. That would be interesting. Okay, next question. If you could bring back one of the previous actors who have played Bond back for one more film as 007, who would you choose? Well, that's easy, everyone. My childhood hero, my icon, the epitome of manliness to me, which is Pierce Brosnan. I'd happy bring Pierce Brosnan back in this prime to do another Bond film. I would go over the moon. Heck, if I had my own personal way, I would have Pierce Brosnan come back and be the Bond in the film Skyfall. That's something I'd really love to see. Okay, next question is, if you could choose any actress to be a Bond girl, living or dead, from any era, who would you choose? Ooh. Let's do one dead, one living. Okay, so one who is unfortunately deceased. Looking back through my back catalogue, I can't help but feel maybe... is Tippi Hedren dead? I don't know. Tippi Hedren, I think, could have been a great Bond leading lady, I have to say. Living-wise, that's easy. I think I'd like someone like Emma Rossum, Karen Gillan, Zoe Saldana, Margot Robbie. Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt definitely needs to be in the Bond series somewhere, in my opinion. That's just a match made in heaven as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, living wise, of all of them, I'd say definitely Emily Blunt. What's the thing you love most about James Bond? What's the thing I love most about James Bond? Do you know what? I think it can be summed up in, if you will, the world of James Bond. I love the world of James Bond. It's when I got introduced to it in Goldeneye, going through the, if you will, the gun barrel portal into the world of James Bond, it just transformed me. And I love the rules. I love the atmosphere, its texture, its class. I think that's, to me, just going into the world of James Bond, no matter who's playing him, is just always terrific in my eye. And next question is, what thing you love... I'm sorry, I've read that one again, so I'll do this is the next question. If you had to name a Bond film, what would it be? Okay, if I had to name a Bond film, what would it be? I have two names potentially for Bond films, if I'm honest. Number one is Queen and Country. I think that should definitely be a Bond title sometime. And the other one I've always liked the idea was, I think this was like a rumored name for a while before they got out Skyfall, which was going to be called Red Sky at Dawn, and I really like that title. So I think Queen and Country and Red Sky and Dawn. Who do you think has been the worst actor to play James Bond? It's unfair to say this, but I'm going to say it is probably George Lazenby. He didn't get much of a chance playing his incarnation, if you will, of James Bond. He's not, you know, precisely an actor, and compared just to the others, that's just the way it is. If the Bond films had been made in the correct order, do you think they would have been a success? Yes. Do you know what? On that note, I am definitely working on a what if Connery starred in Casino Royale and started the franchise with that one. I think that's a really interesting story. I'm really diving into that. It's really, really cool. I think if the films were made in order, you know, having Casino, then Live and Let Die, Moonraker, you know, what's up, you know, Diamonds, I think, is after that as well. I still think it would have been as successful. But I actually think, personally, for the films, it actually worked, just cherry picking which one you want to do next, in my opinion. It really did work. But everybody, that is the end of this Q&A session. Obviously, I answered those 20 questions. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it a bit interesting. And can I just say, just to finish this off again, thank you so much to absolutely everyone who comes in and is a part of the Bond Geek community here. It really does mean a lot. And here's to another 100 videos down the line. Until then, my name's Henry Stevens. I'm the Bond Geek. Goodbye.